Hello and welcome to the trade setup. In this video we're looking at Lululemon. It is time for another update, and quickly on the long time frame for any of you who might be new, we have been tracking this idea of a 1-2-1-2 setup that has been developing, and yeah, we are still, in my opinion, within this wave 2 at the moment. And I want to do a quick mention also. It is possible that this is not yet actually a 1-2 setup. It could still be that we still need a 4-5 pattern to have the entire picture here, or maybe the third wave extended all the way here. But regardless of that, we are in the support zone, and I cannot rule out the idea of a wave 2 where we could expect a correction as low as the $64 level. Now, based on the structure that has developed here on the shorter time frame that we have depicted in the red scenario, I would rather see a more probable level of retracement around the 50% retracement at around the $136 level as a target, quite a possible end to this correction. But we will have to wait and see how it actually develops over the near future that we have here. And yeah, before we get into the updates, we are tracking overall in the wave 2, and right now I might even consider changing this up where we have the 1-2 setup clearly defined here. But in this area we have been tracking this idea of an ABC pattern developing within the wave 2, where the A wave completed here, we had a B wave up, and we are now in the C wave to the downside, where so far we completed a wave 1, a wave 2. We right now could still be within the third wave to the downside, and yeah, then we would need still another 4-5 pattern to reach the completion of this overall wave C. Now, I actually have some targets on the chart already, and let me remove this tinier one first, if I can find it. But yeah, the ideal target for an ABC structure, the ideal target for a wave C would normally be the 100% extension. Now, we already surpassed that, so maybe it wouldn't, this leveling extension wouldn't be so necessary anymore, but we could look at the 123.6% extension as the next level, the next possible completion of the wave C. Although internally within the wave C, I still see the need for at least another larger 4-5 movement to complete the correction. And if we look internally for the third wave to the downside within the wave C, now I'm looking for an ideal target for a 1-2-3 that would be at the 138.2% extension at the $150.5 level. And so far we haven't reached it yet, but I believe we still may be very well on track to doing that, where internally within the third wave to the downside we have an ABC structure developing, and within the wave C it is actually a little bit difficult to track this movement. It is a bit choppy, but I could argue that maybe we had here a wave 1 down, it could be a wave 2 up here, then this could be the entire third wave down. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. Now, I could see other ways that I could count this movement. It could be just a 1-2 setup here, then this would be the third wave down in an impulse pattern. But whether it is an impulse or a diagonal, it wouldn't really change much. Now, what I would need to see with the expectation that this is a diagonal pattern, or maybe let's start with the idea of an impulse first. And for an impulse, I would be looking to reach the resistance area and find resistance at the levels between the $176 up to the $196 level. And a break above that level would actually indicate that the idea of an impulse in a 1-2-3-4-5 would not be working out within this wave C. And then we have the idea that we even have drawn here on the chart, where I would expect to find resistance for a wave 4, but within a diagonal structure. But in this case, I would expect the wave 4 resistance area to start at the $174.5 and goes all the way up to the $202 level. Now a break above this level, the 61.8% retracement, would actually be a pretty clear indication that yeah, this wave C might be complete. There are ways to count it complete really, but personally, I would prefer still continuation to the downside and at least one more low, ideally reaching the 138.2% extension of the wave 1. Now, with that said, we have the area where we expect to retrace within the wave 4. We have an ideal target for the wave 3. And yeah, as I was saying, a break above the 61.8% retracement would invalidate this continuation idea, but we could still fall back within a larger wave 4 correction within the larger wave C that is developing here to the downside. Now I would like to make this a higher degree, and for this idea where yeah, let's assume that this entire third wave is complete, I would be looking to find resistance in the area between the $191 level up to the $254.7 level. Now a break above this 61.8% retracement, so basically above this wave B high mostly, would be a pretty clear indication that this wave 2 bottomed early and yeah, that we could be heading to very bullish targets to the upside within this third wave. And I want to say that and to focus on that because realistically, if you look on the large time frame here, let's even look on the weekly, we are in a pretty deep retracement. Let me remove some of the levels here, and we won't really keep the larger resistance area for now on the chart. We still have the first one to break to invalidate the direct continuation to the downside. But if we look on the larger time frame, we have already retraced a very large amount, and we are in the large time frame support zone that is between the $187 level down to the $64 level. A breakout from here is not unexpected. On the large time frame, we reach the ideal target for a wave C, and technically we completed the minimum expectations for the correction here in a wave 2. We also retraced or dropped from the all-time high already nearly 70%, and if you really are interested in this stock, it is not a bad time to enter. Now, I will point out the 50% retracement is a very realistic target. It is very, very possible to reach that level, and the count rather suggests that yeah, we should still see continuation to the downside, but it is not a guarantee. And if you are interested, your opportunity is already present, and if you are missing out on this, it's not the end of the world. We could, after all, find a large one to set up for a new entry opportunity, but it will not be this opportunity. And for now, there really isn't much else to add. These are the levels. This is the trade setup. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe and let me know what else you want me to cover, and I'll do my best to do that in the days and weeks ahead. And until then, I hope you have a nice day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.